Welcome to the Sportsbook Review NBA pregame show. I'm Joe Duffy of OffshoreInsiders.com along with Troy West of TroyWins.com. We are going to preview the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday portfolio. Both Troy and I have done our share of traveling, but we're both settling down. Hopefully we'll get back into that Monday, Friday, but either way, it's most important that we get you out this great information, and we're going to definitely have this on a very regular basis. So make sure you subscribe to the Sportsbook Reviews YouTube page so you can not only catch every single one of Troy and my reports, but all the great programming that we've got at Sportsbook Review. Yes, I know it's March Madness is winding down, but we've given you a lot of great information for the NBA, and that's going to continue. The NBA playoffs just around the corner, and certainly some motivational factors to consider. So Troy and I will both take a look at that from our perspectives and some great matchups for this weekend. Troy, why don't you start out by telling us about what you've got for Friday?
Yeah, just two games, Joe, for Friday, and one of them I'm going to start with the Los Angeles Lakers at home tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks get the big win in Oracle last night, but you got to remember that was a late night game. They played a beat-up Golden State team. They sure looked good, but now they're on the road going into Los Angeles. The Lakers have been really kind of surging at home as of late, and this has just been a good, consistent team. I like the Lakers to get it done. This one's right around a pick'em game. Lakers -1 at some books, but I like the Lakers in that one. And I'm going to go to the good old suckers bet, Joe. I'm going to roll with the Cleveland Cavaliers at home tonight, -4 against the Pelicans. The Cavaliers finally coming home, got a day off yesterday. LeBron James coming off another monstrous game. I think he's going to be ready for the Pelicans. This is a Cleveland team where a lot of people are saying they don't care what seed they are going to the playoffs, and I understand that, but you also got to get right going into the playoffs, and I feel like this is a good get-right game. They're -4. I like the Cavs tonight at home to get it done.
All right, my presumed tanking angle, again, over the last 2 years where the perceived tanking has become a good thing thanks to the Philadelphia 76ers having success. Teams that have a winning percentage of .310 or less playing a team with a winning percentage of .390 or above, going with the bad team, the team that we would think might be tanking, is 238 and 172 the last 2 years. But more importantly, remember I've been telling you all along, the deeper we go into the season, the stronger it becomes. When the presumed tanking team has at least 54 losses, it's 19-5, and that would favor the Atlanta Hawks against the Philadelphia 76ers tonight, Memphis at Utah, and the Phoenix Suns at the Houston Rockets. Now, the Mavs don't quite qualify for the latter angle, but they do qualify for that master angle. They don't have quite enough losses where it becomes an even higher winning percentage, but the Dallas Mavericks at Minnesota would also qualify. Denver and Oklahoma City. Remember what I keep telling you, about 70% of the time when a team has more rest, it usually benefits the home team, the way the NBA scheduling dynamics work. The other 30% of the time, when the road team is more rested, it means that the normal home court advantage does not apply, and we usually get about an extra point, a point and a half than we should be getting. That is monster, especially when you're talking about the compilation of evidence, and road teams with at least 2 more days rest than their opponent, a very solid 566 and 487. 63.5% if it's at least their third straight road game. That would benefit Denver against Oklahoma City. And the Bulls, though without the advantage of any rest advantages, they are playing their 4th straight road game. So that's certainly something that we do want to take into consideration. Troy, how about Saturday?
Yeah, just 2 games for Saturday as well. One of them, one of the big marquee games, Toronto traveling into Boston. Boston coming off that fantastic road trip. I was quite wrong. I did not think they'd get the win in Utah, and they sure went into Utah and got the win. Now they're home. They've got a lot of momentum going into home, but I still think this team is too banged up to get the big win. They're facing a Toronto team that's the number 1 seed and likely going to be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. I like Toronto to go into Boston and get this W. DeRozan and Lowry are playing phenomenal basketball, and I just don't think Boston will be able to keep up any longer without Kyrie. I think eventually it will catch up to him, and I think this will be the game that it truly does catch up to him. And the other one is actually Golden State at Sacramento. Klay Thompson's supposed to be back into the lineup. Draymond Green played last night. Kevin Durant played, got ejected. But I think these guys are finally starting to come together. Golden State really has got to get right going into the playoffs as well. a lot of these people think that Golden State's a shoo-in even in the first round, but if they come in and they're rusty, and you never know, there's enough teams in the Western Conference that could nip them. But I like Golden State. I think this line's going to be anywhere between 6 and 10 points. I like Golden State to get it done. They're finally and slowly getting their lineup back together, and I think they beat a bad Sacramento team on Saturday.
Yeah, Troy, I don't really have as many situations for Saturday, but I actually agree with you there as far as Toronto against a Boston team where they're getting some injuries catching up to them. And I do think it's enormously important for Toronto to get that home court advantage. I do think they will have plenty of motivational factors. So yeah, all the, the old-fashioned handicapping, or what I like to say, the organic handicapping, the quote-unquote intangibles would point towards Toronto. Now, I do have a few situations for Sunday. How about yourself?
Yeah, just one game for Sunday, Joe. Excuse me, two games for Sunday. I like Cleveland again at home against the Mavericks. The Mavericks have been atrocious on the road this year, and I've said it all along. I do think this Cleveland team, they need to get right going into the playoffs. Seeding, obviously, not a big deal. They're going to be in, and like we've talked about, LeBron doesn't necessarily care what seed they are, but I still think they're going to want a 3 or a 4 seed. I don't think they want to go on the road in the first round of the playoffs, so I think there's some motivation still there. And this is a team that really needs to start playing well going into the playoffs. So I like Cleveland at home. And then I like the over in the Warriors-Suns game. We obviously don't know what that total is going to come out at, but two teams that do not play defense, especially the Phoenix Suns. And there always seems to be a lot of scoring in Oracle. So I like the over in that game. I'm not sure that Vegas can put that total high enough. I think that's going to be a 130 to 110 type of game. I like the Warriors to not only probably cover that game, but I like the over in that.
Some situations we're looking at offshoreinsiders.com for Sunday. Mavericks and the Cavaliers, like I said, there's a big regression to the mean. Every single sport other than college football tends to be a big momentum sport, but the NBA, like all the other sports, a little bit of a regression to the mean. But this is based on not straight up record, based on how they've done against the spread, and it's based on the so-called sweat barometer, how much a team has or has not covered by. When a team has a -5 deficit, based on their margin of cover, season to date against their opponent, they actually become a pretty good play, and that would favor Cleveland against Dallas. But the Mavs, conversely, would benefit from that presumed tanking angle. That's 238 and 172, as would Memphis and Portland. And Memphis does fit into that at least 54 losses angle, which makes it 19 and 5. Same for the Suns at the Warriors, the presumed tanking 19 and 5 angle, as well as the master system. But this is a case where the road team is more rested with an off day, playing a team that's playing a home team that's actually playing back-to-back 3 games in 4 nights. So that would also benefit the Phoenix Suns. Like I said, Troy and I will be back on a Monday to take a look at some of the weekday action for next week. But Troy, tell them what they can get at TroyWins.com.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. We took the pass yesterday on opening day. It's one of the things I always like to kind of play teams out opening day. A lot of crazy things can happen, but we are officially launching our first baseball card today. It'll be 3 strong plays on the board. You can come get them for free at TroyWins.com. We still got the NBA going on, Joe. We got the Final Four this weekend. A lot of good stuff going on. Come take a look at TroyWins.com. I think it's going to be a great baseball season and a great NBA playoffs.
And as my longtime clients know at offshoreinsiders.com, Troy just mentioned baseball. I do have one of my early season overreaction angles. It's just that, where people do tend to overreact to teams that get off to great starts or bad starts. And especially early in the season, I got a very specific angle that exploits that myth. So make sure you're with me at offshoreinsiders.com. I'll have the Final Four action, plus big NBA remainder of the season, and of course the NBA playoffs. Just join me at offshoreinsiders.com. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to Sportsbook Reviews, a YouTube page, and Troy and I will be back Monday to take a look at the portfolio.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.